my sister hated me just because of my skin color. So,
Damn.
and it's sad because my mom actually loved her because my name and my sister name came from her name. And my mom genuinely loved her. So my mom was like, when she was younger and she would leave work, because my mom used to work for KFC. So she would leave work. When she leave work at nights, she would see a paper on the floor and the paper just start running after her like a frog.
What the blood?
No man, Nisha.
Hmm.
So, um, what did they say caused that? What's they have to give you some form? No, no form of
The
medical
explanation.
explanation.
No, they can't. They can't.
Wow.
Because when I was growing up, I always feel something scratching my it it just feel weird. I always feel something like playing in my belly, like
So
touching me.
pause. Cause me want to ask you one question where I'm circling on Nadine face. I can't about it, a Nadine face. Cause Nadine, me see it in your face, na Nadine. Um, you feel say, are the fish cause that the fish your sister give?
Hmm. A student ended up coming. A student came down from Egypt,
Yeah.
and she said to me, I saw she couldn't speak English. So she said to me, I saw this place and God sent me here. So I'm ignoring her because she Egyptian. I can't understand what she's saying. I'm doing my job. Just come sign up for be one patient care. Me can't bother. So I don't know what she a chat about God tell her if it's come here. But me think she a talk about for fear her own reasons. So me I said to myself, say, okay, so I overlook her or whatever. So she finished the whole course, do the whole course. And then she come to me another day and she said to me, say, I want you to do something for me. And I said, okay. She said, I want you to go home. I don't want you to buy your own red candle. And when you buy that candle, I want you to light it and let that burn all the way down to the bottom. He said, I'm looking at the bottom of the candle. I want dick in the candle. Somebody send her the picture. I'm going to say, do you see what I see? And she's like, yes, it's a penis. So she come to the school now and she tell me, she said, this is what was set on you. The person who did it, it's a young person with a birthmark in her eye, and her mother and her grandmother. So I said, birthmark? That's my sister. She was like, not in the spirit, she's not. Because I knew she was a jacket. We knew she was a jacket, but my dad took it. My dad accepted everything. We
I
knew
make
she
good
wasn't my
lesson
real sister.
again.
So now she's telling me she's not my sister. So we knew she wasn't my sister, but it's like she's saying this now was like the weirdest thing for me. So I'm like, so she's not my sister? She's like, not in the blood. She's not in the no, she's not. But
A
it's
perfect
three
stranger. A perfect stranger giving you all this information.
a whole stranger.
All
She
right,
don't
go
know
ahead, man. Go ahead, mama.
Egyptian. So that's when she explained to me because she told me she was a doctor in Egypt. But at our job, at my job, there's people who come from Jamaica and different islands that have to restart over again because in America, in Florida, they don't, even if you were a doctor in Mexico, they're not going to let you come here as a doctor. So you have to start over being a CNA and all of that stuff. So that's what I do. So I'm like, man, you got to be kidding me. And she's like, yep. And every 6 months, she put your name on a bird. She gave you some, she told me about the fish. So with the fish now, this is how I believe her. She said, when you were 12, she gave you a fish. And when she gave you the fish, you were supposed to die. But you woke up in a puddle of blood. So I said, how she knew that story? Because only me, my mom, my dad, because I went to Jamaica for my grandmother's funeral. And I went to her home to stay with her. And my dad, because I'm coming to Jamaica, first time coming back since I've been in America. Because I got here when I was like 10. So now I'm 12. And my dad, I'm his little spoiled brat. So finally we could spend time together, and and she did cook us a fish. And if I could get her ex-husband to come out here one day, I could definitely do it. He said, Nisha, until your story, I had to realize that's what she did to me when I was married to her. Because that's the
Wow.
fish. I'm the one who purchased her.
Beg you one second, I'm not cut. People, me see on a request them. I'm gonna give her a second. Give her a second to speak again. Can we give everybody ample time a while ago to answer a portion of question? We're gonna give her a little bit more time to speak again, and then you can ask a bunch of questions again. All right? Give us a second. Go ahead, Mama. Sorry about that.
So
follow the platform while you're here, please and thank you. Follow who you're not following.
So I called my mom because, like I said, we didn't have a good relationship. So I called my mom, and she was like, "Oh God, please don't tell me this is happening." So I'm like, "Mommy, this is what the student is telling me. So there's something not right." So she was like, "Shit." So I was like, "Talk to me. Tell me something." And she was like, "That's the reason why I had to leave your dad." So I said, "Why you had to leave my dad?" Because I question every day, why did my mom leave me? Why did you leave me as a child in Jamaica? Like, why would you leave a young girl here with her dad and a brother? Like, this don't make no sense. My sister didn't like me because I'm brown skinned. And I'm like, I hate that mentality with this brown skin, dark skin as Jamaicans. I'm like, I'm still black. I'm black. So you hate me because of my skin color? So I had to go through that. I had to go through the whole brownish shit. Use it. You're not on the Jamaican flag. I had to go through all of that because my sister hated me. Just because of my skin color.
Damn.
So, and it's sad because my mom actually loved her because my name and my sister's name came from her name. And my mom genuinely loved her. So my mom was like, when she was younger and she would leave work, because my mom used to work for KFC. So she would leave work. When she leave work at nights, she would see a paper on the floor and the paper just start running after her like a frog.
What the blood? Huh? What?
Where in the paper? In a KFC or out of KFC? What kind of paper?
Outside. So so my uncles had to come and pick her up. Like, they had to come and walk with her because if it was her alone, the papers would start turning into frogs and run after her.
What?
And then it was a whole bunch of spirits in the house. One at a time, my brother, they said they tried to blame my mom on everything. So my brother, like, he was catching the fits in the house. Like, something was holding him down in the house. They had to take off his pants. All kind of stuff was just happening in the house. Like, my dad would sit in the living room and, like, the spirits would just sit with him. Like, he would just be fighting all these demons. That's what I'm saying. It's okay for men to sleep around, but I'm telling you, there's some women out here, when they want you, they want you. And they don't want you to be with nobody else. And that was the plan. Till today, my dad can't even come to Florida because they don't want my mom and my dad in the same area. So they can't be together. They're not supposed to be together, but those two love each other. Love each other, but they cannot be in the same state. They cannot be together. They can't. No matter how much epic, my dad, you know how he's in New Jersey, so you know how the flights would stop in Florida?
Epic.
You know how the flights would stop in Florida?
Yes,
he would never stop in Florida. So I'm like, Dad, you're in America for 10 years. I haven't even seen you. I had to drive to New Jersey to see my dad because he would never stop in Florida. He would never stop in Florida. He can never come to Florida. My mom said, I'm going to buy a ticket. He never stopped. He can never come here. I don't know what it is. My mom and my dad were supposed to be here, and they turned around and tear his visa and said, I did it. When I was a little girl, I got blamed for that. I don't know what a visa looked like. I don't even know what a visa looked like now. And they said I ripped my dad visa just because they didn't want him to. So what happened was they gave it to they told my little sister what to, my big sister, the sister with the thing in her eye, and she turned around and ripped the paper, the visa.
Oh, boy.
Her mom gave her this
Mm.
handkerchief. This is my mom telling me all the stuff, and she's like, she gave her this red handkerchief, and when she gave her the red handkerchief, my sister was just wiping everywhere with the handkerchief, and the maid was like, "Jean, watch that because something not right about why she wiping down the furnitures with it." So one day the maid took it and they tried to burn it, and it was all oil.
You find all oil.
The handkerchief had obeah oil.
So it couldn't
How?
burn.
It couldn't burn.
Okay.
Jaja.
And that's, like I said, it's okay for men to sleep
People
around,
want
but
to send the request. People
careful.
want to send the request. We still add somebody to the line. We send the request
You
and
just
give us a little
you
second.
just have
Let
to be
Nisha
careful who
speak.
you're sleeping with, without condoms and stuff like that, because it's spiritually, it's real. Like there's some women, and especially I mean, I'm not saying that it's a woman's fault to get pregnant, but I believe that every woman have ways of not getting pregnant. Just different birth controls, just different things. Not because a man say, "Oh, I'll make you my baby mother." You just gonna be like, "No, I'm gonna have a baby." But this lady, she set my dad up, and she wanted my dad, but he didn't marry her. He married my mom. He married my mom instead, and that wasn't for her. She didn't like that. She didn't like it. So I had to cut off my sister. I had to cut them off completely because when I went to Jamaica again for her wedding, which I don't know how, they said they forgot me in the house. I'm the one that brought the ring. I brought everything. I'm from America. How you gonna forget the American in the house? Nobody remember I was there. The whole wedding went on. I'm dressed at the house. Nobody came and got me.
Wow.
So I left. Before I left, and we had an
Hmm.
argument. There was a
You're
dress that I
serious?
had. The dress was missing, and I'm like, "Why is my dress missing?" So then the Egyptian lady told me about the dress, and then
Keen at and being a big up yourself, mommy.
she told me, she said, you need to stay away from them. You can't give them any money anymore. You can't give them anything. So I had to. So now I don't talk to them. I don't talk to my nieces. I don't talk to anyone. They saw me the other day when I was in Jamaica as a buck up, and they were like, they can't. My nieces, I can't believe you come to Jamaica. You didn't tell us, and I'm like, but my life is a lot more better now that, because that was like 4 years ago. The lady, my student, told me that, and ever since then, it's been better. It's been better. Like I said, my mom and I are better now. Um, it's a lot more better than before. A lot more better. And that's the reason why when I said the guy that I'm with for the 8 years, that's why I said he's the only one that has never left. He never left. He
People,
never
with
left.
that being said, when I send the request now, I see a lot coming in a while ago. Me look and see how much is still there. But now if you understand, sir, with all due respect, we have to let her speak. You understand me? Or else you yourself are gonna have nothing else to talk about. Aside from you, we're trying to hear what she's saying. You understand me? With that being said, hi Tantan.
My turn.
Minister
Why?
Momo. Momo and I could Momo send my request and Momo.
Ay, ay, ay. Sad story. But you're strong though. And I'm gonna
Thank
try
you.
to keep on the positive side. You understand? And although you talk about your story, when the show done, just forget about it and move on with the positive. You understand? Don't
The only reason why I talk about it sometimes is because I want to help someone else that It's a possibility could be having the same situation and afraid to talk
Okay,
about
let's see what you say, Momo. Momo, Nisha's been telling us about her story. It's, you know, so today is Sunday, Momo. We try to do at least a survival story, and we buck up another one. And you see it because it wasn't planned. But once it started, we know where we were headed. So we kind of stopped the live and just put it back to where we are traditionally on the Sunday. A survival story. That's where our life starts on Sundays. We just kind of stray from it lately, so we're trying to put it back to where we started. And thanks to Nisha, we ended right back up there today. Sorry
Right?
about
Because
that.
you're too rude. That's why you just make a change. You're too rude.
Oh,
That's
God.
why you're rude. But Nisha, listen. Me know a lot of people can relate to your story. You understand? And maybe a lot of people can relate worse than what you are saying. And you have good energy and you have good spirit. Me don't talk to not that when me talk yesterday. And me I say
Yeah.
me eat you, me I say me you dirty no ass, but me still like you. You know me I tell Nadia. Same way me say you're dirty, but me still like you. You understand? So no make nothing hold you down. You understand? Just big up yourself, think about the positive, and move on with your life.
yeah.
Not worry about who want to talk to you and who no want to talk to
Me
you.
see the
You
request. And
understand?
me see them two requests, people.
And
Me see the two requests. Just go and
if
send the request.
the
Go
teeth
and
and the
send.
feet did not stop you from having a child, because I see that and I hear that you really want a child. You understand? So, but, I am going to say, nothing, what me that go say no? Listen, nothing no come before time. And maybe, me not go judge you, but your life a living where you did have before, you're never ready for a child. You
Right.
understand? You did not ready. So now you're more focused and relax. You understand? Maybe God I go just bless you with your own child where you don't have to add up nobody pitney. You don't have to help nobody pitney. Me not say I love them, you know. You understand? Because I love kids. But you have your own. You just want to buck up on the right man. Maybe the man even when you're there with for the 8 years, maybe not even a match. You understand? Maybe him is not even a match. Him a Jamaican?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me tell you what for the know. Tomorrow when I get up, go buy some peanut.
Buck up
Bye.
in now. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay,
say,
okay, okay.
People
all
wanna send the
honesty,
request. People wanna send the request.
all
People
Please,
wanna
please.
send
honesty,
the request.
Go
People
buy
send the
some
with all
request.
peanut.
honesty, me not gonna lie. Me really don't believe that people must encourage others to have kids. Like the person themselves will know when them want or when them are emotionally, physically ready to have kids.
But did you
And
hear what
even
he
though
said?
she might want kids, Tantan, even though she might want kids, I think Nisha have a little things in her
People wanna
life that
send the
needs
request.
to
Send the
work
request.
out.
Tantan answer that, react to that there so we can send on them two requests and me sit down and say, "More say who those are." Go on, Tantan. Cause me know you want answer that. Me see you.
Answer, answer what Nadia just said?
Yeah.
Wait that laugh. Wait, let me go back in the text.
Tantan, me
I
love
can't
you.
hear it.
Oh,
You see Tony. You see you,
Everything
Tony.
is a set on, you know,
I,
Tata.
I love you too. All right, listen, Nadia. Me listen to her word by words and she's swinging. You understand? Somebody asks her, she talk about having kids first and she talk about fostering care a child. Then I don't remember which one of you guys asked her if
Maybe the
it's because
child.
of whatever she go through, why she would not want any kids. So
Epic.
she swing right there, so but you can see that for somebody go out there to foster a child, they must want a child. I'm
No,
not
maybe. Remember, look at Angelina Jolie and them with them big old dirty money. We don't know them physical or mental abuse, but they don't add up too much. Maybe she just want to love a child, but she don't really want to squeeze you out or cut you out or nurture it in her inside. She just want to nurture it outside. I'm not justify a bad situation or a
Well,
situation she's
Erin,
in.
I understand that you guys are just encouraging her, but
Time,
for
beg a second
me,
again. Let me
I
see how
just
old them.
know
Don't cut
that
me off,
having
Epic.
kids is a personal
Go
choice.
on. Sorry, I'm not cut you off here, Tantan. Go on, Tantan. Sorry.
Having kids, Tantan, is a
Tantan, come
personal
never cut off.
choice.
Let
And
Tantan
for
speak,
me, I just
please.
feel that
Don't cut me.
Nisha will know when Nisha is ready.
Right now, Nisha ready. But Nisha,
And that's
No.
true, but that's true.
You hear?
That's
All right. Nisha, you hear what me I say? And you hear what Tantan say.
Yeah.
Step on
Like,
live. You
cause,
can't answer for yourself. Answer
cause
for
she,
yourself.
Tantan is right. I love children. I would want one for my own. But looking at my age right now and my goals, it changed my mind completely because, like I said, I've been living. I felt like I've had children already because I raised so much.
listen,
So
how old are you? You're not have to
36.
tell me. So what's wrong with the age?
I don't want to disable me.
Girl, quiet.
No, Tantan, for real. I'm saying when you're after a certain age, the children come out.
tell me,
What is
you
it?
don't reach your age. You
No,
don't
no,
reach your
no.
age.
No, no, no,
You don't
no.
reach
Not
your
with
age yet, man. Nobody will
Listen,
see.
No, but this is what I'm
your
saying.
Hold
age.
on. Face me, I said, hold
Janet
on.
Jackson have a child at 40.
Listen,
What?
your age where you in a right now are your category. You don't need to talk how you talk. You understand me? You
No,
don't
what
need
I'm
to talk
saying.
how you're talking because
Listen, what I'm saying, Tantan. I just did a surgery. We're not allowed to have a child until 1 year.
all right, it doesn't matter if I 1 year, 2 year, or 3 year. As long
Right.
as
So
you're
that's
I'm
one
healthy,
year,
planning on
right?
having one.
I'm gonna be 37 this October
And
coming.
I'm 36. Talk your momo. Talk your momo,
girl,
the good one.
girl, you're still not 50, 60 yet. You
Right.
understand?
So listen up, so I'm gonna be 30, so I'm gonna lose all this weight to get to my goal. And then turn around and have a whole baby to gain it back.
But what a bl-
So you don't. So
I
let
just
me
said
ask
I
you a
reach.
question. Listen, and this is a positive question, no joke. Do you want a child? Yes or no?
I would love to have one if God gave me one, but I'm at the point where I'm at a goal. I just want to complete my goal.
And what is your goal?
What my
To
mother
lose that
to
body.
lose
To
the
have a
weight. My
body.
mother
Yeah.
always had a problem with weight, so and I'm not really only doing it for her purpose, but like to just lose the weight and just
And
now.
and and, and hold on, cut the train. As a roadside with it. And that is what's stopping you from having a family.
We have to wait 1 year. You cannot have children till 1 year.
I know, I heard that, but I am saying your goal because my things say your goal is bigger than what you say. Your goal, what you talk about, that's what you're gonna make stop you from having a family.
I mean, Tantan, I'm gonna lose the weight to gain it back though, Tantan.
You don't have to gain it back. You have to just work on yourself. That's it. You don't have to gain it back.
If she
You do
never breathe
that.
from before, sir, she not breathe again. Like
I'm
she said,
afraid
I
to
go
gain
up
it
to
back,
lose. I
Tantan.
go
I'm
up
so
to I
afraid.
go up to lose the weight, not gain.
Remember, I
You
don't
don't
have
have
what it
to
takes.
listen. Listen.
I don't have what it
Everything.
takes to carry a baby. Like remember them took out 80%. So it's not like if I can eat 3 plates of like 3 spoons or something and that's it. I'm full. I don't have I can't carry like I can't eat to feed the baby.
Do you have a home inside of you?
Jesus
Yeah, but
Christ, Tantan.
Tantan, that's not what it is. Like how I'm gonna feed the baby if I can't eat to feed myself?
But a lot of women
Tantan.
who get pregnant can't eat.
Tantan.
When I make
No,
Tantan, she
she
content come
had
had
out and breathe for that
surgery.
gastric.
man.
Tantan, 1 minute. She had gastric sleeve surgery. With that surgery, she have to wait 1 year before she can decide whether or not she wants to be
Yes,
pregnant.
I have to
Her
wait.
goals in life since then have changed. That's the whole point. End story.
Yes, that's what it
But
is.
Nadia, I heard what she said, but I am just trying to get around by what she's saying. I heard what she's saying. You understand? I heard everything was epic. I heard what she's saying. But at the same time, she would love to have a baby. But what's stopping her from having a baby? Because she's scared of when she have the baby, she's gonna get back the weight.
That's
I
what he's
mean,
saying.
That's what she's saying.
That stop that.
Tanta,
So
but
I
it's hard.
pretty much understand everything what she's saying. But if I that you're scared of, you're not scared. You're not scared. If I that you're scared of, you're not scared. Because
Trouble.
forgetting the forget because weight is if you ever work on your weight now, for instance, me have a girlfriend who do like what you call it, the belly thing.
Tummy tuck.
Yeah. And say she nah get back pregnant because she's scared and everything and whatever. She get pregnant, she have her baby and her belly still gone back down. Cause she work on it.
Yeah, but Tanta and her
But not
goals
a
have
lot of people.
changed.
Not, obviously, too, she don't know 10 times. After the fact. She just knows that she wants her belly part, her body on a specific level, and then that she work, and that's her ultimate goal. Her ultimate goal
Yeah.
is not to have that kid as much as nurture. So that's why she took the foster kid route instead of having the route. The having kids route isn't for everybody. With that being said, Tantan beg a second, we're going to check the next person. Tantan, what are you, man?